Yes. So today is the first class of this Node.js class, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then this, if you can see the slide, so Node.js class and two mentor name, Marco and Rohit, because I got this slide from teacher called Marco. He's the one actually basically teaching Node.js for a long time in this institute. And I got this one because he's the main teacher for this Node.js. I will be helping him. So today he's not here. He has some issue. He cannot come. So I will teach you for the first class. And next one he will take over. We will share this. So basically we'll use this content, right? And that's why I didn't change the name here. So if you can quickly have a look, what does this 5 weeks look like? So this is the one Node.js, and then week 1, week 2, he divided the topics in week wise, and he's been using also for a couple of times the same layout, same material. So basically, in week 1, we will learn what is JS, Node.js, and the basic concept, and we will probably install Node.js in your machine if you don't have it already. So we'll try to do it today, and we'll talk about npm package manager. Basically, this is the scope for week 1, but I will not probably use this slide today. I have my own version, so I will probably cover a bit more than this one, but basic one, not go deep dive and experimenting things. But today also we will try to do a lot of experiments, like whatever we learn the basic concept, we try to do in a real life. Okay. So basically, it is important that when I talk, so you try to listen, and then we'll do the experiment. Otherwise, if I'm typing and you're typing too, so you will not get the concept, because Node.js is a bit complex than JavaScript.
Oh.
It is true, but it is more exciting as well. You will be learning a lot that is very powerful, and then it will make your life easy. And you will see why Node.js is best for us, or why you should learn. This is in the first topic we'll cover, right? So basically, let's have a look. What is the content, and then we can validate if we are missing something. You guys can help me. So in the prerequisite, we need to have the basic of JavaScript. So I believe you guys all have these basics, right? Confident?
Yeah.
I will take a, I'll try to gather some input. What have you learned? Not going too deep and then solving them or asking quiz. I will not do that. But would love to listen. What have you learned in past JS 1, 2, 3, right? Modules. And Git. You also comfortable with Git, right? Yeah. And then remaining things, it's okay. Unix, command, and passion you all have, right? And then basically here's some Node.js theory, and then why Node.js we need to, and here's some quiz, and then it is comparison versus Node.js with the other language, and then installing Node.js, and then some question, and then some npm package manager modules, and then week 2. So this is the one that Marco has prepared, right? I have a bit different way, so but from next week we'll follow this one. So until he come, okay? So I have it basically here. So you are now familiar with this guy, right? So we have here, and then Marco is the one who will teach you, and then I will assist you, right? Okay. So basically, this is the layout we have seen, and then why Node? So before we go to Node, right? I need to hear what have you learned in basic JavaScript modules. Anyone can summarize a few things? Like
what the question?
We started closures.
From beginning, if you like from variable function, if you can start from there.
JavaScript code, like variables and data structures.
getting to the DOM.
Basically, we learn how to declare variable, declaration of variables and assign them their various names or elements. Then we went to objects, where we went to objects where we learned how to create an object, or how to create an object as well from the DOM, where we dash into the DOM challenge, where we could work from the DOM, but basically the website from the DOM, and and so,
How to access the API.
yeah, no, API was later on. But first of all, sorry,
Arrays.
Arrays, everything. Then we went to APIs, where we learned how to fetch on the API, how to sorry,
JSON promise callback,
closure.
You didn't learn function?
Function is the main.
the basic.
When we started the API, then we
Are you comfortable using function?
I mean, JavaScript is function.
I'm a bit confused sometimes.
You should be very confident.
JavaScript.
Because in the
Closure is a little bit.
somebody said that okay, this class doesn't know how to use function after JS1. So I think you guys are confident now.
Function.
Yeah. So
How
actually,
you create a function, how you call it, how you get a callback on function, that's the basic thing,
yeah, that's fine. So basically, I can hear the keywords you have learned from the basic JavaScript module, and that's basically everything we need to use. And this is the foundation. It's not that you need to be master in that. It's okay that you know the terminology and you know how to read the tutorial or help. Then you can implement it. You don't have to memorize them. That's okay. So what is the use case of this? What do you do with them? This function, loop, variable. What do you solve? Why you write code?
We use functions so that we don't need to rewrite a lot of codes. It makes it shorter if we can reuse this code again. So we can just call it.
So basically, this learning JavaScript we have learned, we try to solve something in real life, right? Some real problem, right? So in the JS1, we try to build something with the JavaScript, right? Some homepage.
A restaurant.
Yeah, restaurant side, yeah. So did you also have solved a similar thing with the JavaScript? So basically, programming is a thing that you have something, you have some task, some challenges, you want to solve it, right? So imagine that. So to introduce this one, so imagine that you have Java. This learning, this small thing is an ingredient, right? Like if you know how to cook, if you want to cook food, what do you do? What do you need? Some ingredients, right? Let's say baking a cake. What do you need? Some flour, some sugar, some butter, and some this kind of thing. And then you make some process, and then you make the cake. And you need an oven, you need a kitchen, all this kind of thing, right? So these small things are ingredients, and then this is the one basic you have learned, like an array, object, function, promise, closure, all this kind of thing, right? You have learned. So and then if you want to use them as an ingredient to make a cake, what do you need? You need a kitchen, right? Somewhere. You need an oven where you can prepare them, all this kind of thing, right? So you can also make a cake with this ingredient, and also you can make a cake from the there's some mixture you can buy from Fotex or Netto, like everything is mixed, and then you just can put some water and then follow the process. You can make the cake easily, right? There are two steps. One is from the scratch, and it's from bit advanced, right? So if you imagine this analogy and try to compare with Node. So Node is like in a kitchen, right? So it helps you to prepare things, okay? And then this ingredient, so there's two ways. You can do it from scratch, basics, and then you can also have this mix you can buy. So this is the one that is very powerful in Node. So there are many helpful libraries. We call modules. So modules is this one, the mixture is ready. So you can use them. You can, but probably the test will not be good. You cannot customize, the way you want, because you need to follow the instruction. But if you want to customize, probably you need to start from scratch. So there are many ways you can achieve it. But Node is an environment that allow you to do this thing, okay? And Node is JavaScript. So basically, the Node, everything is in Node is JavaScript. So all the syntax you have learned, so everything is Node also uses the same syntax. We don't have to learn new stuff. But how do you differentiate what is then we have learned in JavaScript basic and then Node? If everything in JavaScript, what is different then?
Make it easier.
Definitely, but in the JavaScript, there are a lot of things are making easier. For instance, you can do a sorting with manual code, but then you have a sort array.sort that can sort. Like there's some API that can help us. But why Node is different than JavaScript? So JavaScript thing is like execute in front end, right? We always say, okay, I'm a front end developer, I'm a front end guy, something like that. So JavaScript front end, right? Yeah. So for backend, what is the code we used to write? PHP, Java, ASP, C++, C++, C#, many other things. So then there was no possibility to write backend code in JavaScript. So Node come with that concept. So Node is actually a backend JavaScript. So if you want to execute anything backend, then it is in JavaScript. It is a Node. So what is backend and frontend? Can anyone?
It's more about servers and collecting data somehow.
That's true. It's a technical thing, but with some real thing, if you can explain.
Like when you create a form, like to save a user with his password, you can use Node to.
Or probably we can look at a very simple angle. So if you write some code here, right? In this it's a website, it's a browser, right? So in the first class we also try to do the debugger, right? So what you have done in the debugger, you can see the code.
Yeah.
You have tried that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wrote the code, and this probably I don't know if you have the code. I will show you later on, or maybe any site. Even this one has the code.
Do the source.
See, all this JavaScript code is visible, right?
Yeah.
So, what is the difference between backend and frontend? Frontend is code is readable. You can see them, you can read them, you can copy them, you can do whatever. And then backend code, you cannot see them actually. Backend is only the logic is written behind, and then it delivers only the output. That's it. Like if you buy something, this one, I don't know how this is made. I just bought as an output. The machine, the process, I didn't know. The ingredients, I don't know. For instance, this Coca-Cola thing, this is still secret, right? No one knows how to prepare Coca-Cola. They try to replicate it, but it's not a real one. So the process and ingredients in the backend is secret. It's no one knows. It's not exposed. The output, the result, we can see it. So frontend is like the thing that we can read and copy and things, and backend we don't see it. And there's a business logic. Like the things maybe need to be secret. So this to achieve it, so we have backend and frontend concept.
Okay, that was my question as well.
Yeah.
You answer it right now because you said maybe they write the code and that's its secret. The other people they don't want to see it.
It's only like, for instance, we have a project, right? Yeah. Let's say NODEjs has a business project, right? Yeah. And then there we are writing a lot of codes, right? Yeah. But if we start sharing this code, there's a risk that people will know how do we implement the business logic, what is our business plan, strategy, they will know it. And then hacker will be, it will be easier for them to hack our website because they know the code, they know what to inject, what to use, and then they can maybe transfer the money to anyone else, right? And then or maybe hijack all the money, or maybe mess around, right? Okay. But in front end, whatever you made a change, then backend is not accepting your change, right? Then it's unchanged, right? This is the thing. Like this is the concept. Okay. Mm-hmm. Any question?
I have a question.
Yeah.
With the Node, since it's an advanced form of Javascript, like when we go through the Node lecture weeks, will it help us in our understanding of the JavaScript as well? We've finished JavaScript 1 to 3, but let me speak for myself. Like, so I have some content I'm not so clear with, but we're going into Node. So, like, as we go along, will it help in our understanding of?
That's the beauty. So Node has everything you learn in JavaScript. It's basically JavaScript, nothing but. So, but you'll be learning with more. And you'll be, like I said, the basics, you can even also bake a cake in here, right, in this room. but it will not be efficient for you. You need some oven or something that is not. You can make the room dirty. So if you go to proper kitchen, you can bake it properly, right? So that's the thing. So you learn the JavaScript basic, but Node is a bit extended of it. So you'll be using 100% everything.
Like a bootstrap in CSS.
Everything, yeah, like a bootstrap. Exactly, it's a good analogy. So you can write your CSS code in this way, but you can also use the bootstrap. But you can also customize it. Yeah. And then definitely this Node is also a bit advantage. Like as I mentioned, front end and back end. So you can hear, okay, I'm a front end guy, I'm a back end guy, many times, and also in the job description, right? So if you learn Node, then you're full stack. Exactly, you mentioned full stack. So you can call yourself a full stack developer, right? I can implement back end and front end both. I don't have to learn JavaScript or Java or ASP.NET. It's not needed. If you can achieve the same thing with the one language, it's easy for you, and then less syntax to learn, and then you will make less error because you are mastering that, and you will have a better control and everything. And definitely JavaScript is the largest community, open source. You can get all the help and free, and all the people are helping each other. The community, everything is free, right? Java and C#, there are a lot of enterprise solution and all this kind of thing. But Node and JavaScript, these are kind of almost free, always free, and people are contributing everything every day. Yeah. So if I close that, so yes, so Node is basically JavaScript on backend server, right? And then what is NodeJS? And then there's one actual difference here. So server. So something. What is server? Anyone can explain it? Server.
The computer that receive information from the other computers.
Connected to the database. So
Like a database starter.
They store the database, and
The
whoever
computer.
wants the
Server is
Sorry?
like
Server is the computer.
of course it's a computer, but it's stored data. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, fine. Yeah. So basically, server is a machine. That's it.
Yes.
It's like my machine is a machine, and if I can call it a server as well. So if I write some code, JavaScript code, I need to execute it, right?
Yeah.
I need to process them. My instruction will be executed line by line, and then the engine will read it and then make it some result, right? Mm-hmm. So whenever we write some code, how do you execute this code? Using what? Using a browser, right? Always you call HTML, and then they map the file. You import the file, index.js or whatever. Then it's read the file, and then you see the console.log output, or maybe you can interact with this one, right? So it's the Chrome browser. It's helping you to execute your code. But in backend, if you run it in browser, then you cannot see the browser. You need only the output. So how this machine runs your code?
You should have a special software.
You need the software or the engine, something, right?
Okay.
So Node is not actually the engine that it's run. The JavaScript code you're writing for backend, it's run by two things. One is V8, and that's called Chakra, something. So these are the engine that run your code. And Node is just a communicator. It receives the JavaScript code, and then it's sent to the engine, and then this process them, and then it return the result, and Node receive it, and then give it back. That's Node does. That's it. Just to understand what is Node. It is not that crucial, important. You will not be using, but just to know what is Node, because it's important how Node works. So often people can say, okay, I'm using NodeJS for programming stuff. Actually, no. NodeJS is the backend environment how you executing JavaScript code. Basically, you will be writing a JavaScript. That's it.
yeah, in older JavaScript there is two things like client side and server side.
Okay.
Is this Node.js is server side?
Yes, Node.js is server side.
Related to that.
I don't know which one you're referring. Old JavaScript. What is it?
In older .NET, for example, in .NET, we used to write like server side JavaScript and client side JavaScript.
Yeah.
So client side is what we call as front end. The server side is like
what I asked. I mean, the server side is what you mean is this. No.
Yeah. I think it's basically you're saying, right? Probably I don't know about C# or something, but similar concept. So basically, as Mona said, so we learn JavaScript. We'll be continue learning JavaScript. That's the syntax. There's the programming language, but JavaScript in browser is a front end, and to run it in the back end is a Node. So Node is helping it. Actually, Node is not running it. Node is helping some engine to actually run, execute, and deliver. So it's a communicator. It's a middle layer. Okay. Yes, and that's why I said Node is running. It's a JavaScript runtime environment. Okay. So why Node?
To make things easier. You said it before.
Yeah. So here I list something. The thing I discussed. So check if it's matching with my. So it's a JavaScript. Everything is JavaScript, right? It's efficient, faster, lightweight, and you. As I mentioned, that in Node, it's give you the platform that you can get many things ready for you. So it's a lot of add-ons there, a lot of modules are there to help our life, daily life. Okay, and if JavaScript is not sufficient for your need, then Node also allow C++ add-ons. So if you can write some code in C++ programming language, make something small thing, and then you can also Node can also execute them. Do you know C++? What is the use case of C++?
What?
C++.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's OOP. It's oriented object program that have a high level communication with the machine. So it kinda use it as a backend to communicate with the server.
Any use case? How do you use them?
What?
How do you use them? Any use case of C++? So basically, if you see the big machines, like a car, like medical devices, stuff that reads human stuff, a lot of these things, right? These are mostly everything written in C++. Mostly everything written by C++ programming, because there you don't need a UI or stuff. So machine reads something, some sensor or some other things, right?
Yeah.
So basic thing. So if this is not possible to read by written by JavaScript or any other language, so you can do it with C++, and then you can also connect with the JavaScript with the Node. Okay, that's the powerful thing. And there's some other thing you can do debugging. And also asynchronous API. Okay, so now you should be a bit comfortable with the asynchronous and synchronous thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you learn from Promise, right?
Yeah.
So can anyone explain what is asynchronous API?
But we have done the synchronize.
No, we did asynchronous because JavaScript is asynchronous.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
He said desynchronize.
Okay, let's say synchronize or asynchronous, whatever you're comfortable. Explain it.
Okay, actually API is a object codes, yes, that you can access with the fetch, and like that with Promise you can access that code.
Anyone more?
I mean, the controlling timing of the operation that they are executing. If you are talking about synchronous, it's something direct communication between this and this, and asynchronous is is the controlling time. When an operation is done, then the other operation starts. That asynchronous means. I mean, kind of. You don't look satisfied with this.
Anyone?
The question is about the API, yes?
No, the asynchronous.
You can just say asynchronous or whatever. If you feel API is fine, otherwise anything
It means
else.
it's not. The communication is not direct. It's indirect communication.
Okay, let's give an example. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say if you want to go for drinking coffee to Starbucks or McDonald's to have some food, right? What do you do? What you do there?
When I want to drink a coffee.
Yeah, that's a drink coffee.
first you take a look at the list that they have.
You want to have order it, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you know the coffee, right? I want to go to Starbucks cappuccino, right? I want to order it, right? I go to the counter, I go to the order it, and then pay it, and then do they give me?
No, you wait.
Why wait?
You wait until the
They need to prepare it.
Is done.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the thing.
So-
when you finish a project, that's the waiting time that you're waiting the coffee.
Okay.
So when it's done,
Yeah.
the communication is coming, you know. So
Okay.
they give you the coffee
Yes.
after, or otherwise they say that.
Okay.
No.
How about a situation like in the Starbucks
Doesn't
restaurant?
have coffee anymore.
Let's say coffee. There's two people working there, right? And then I went there, I ordered something, and then lady take the order, and then she start preparing it. So I need to wait, right? And then there's two people are sitting on the queue, and then Omid maybe want a coffee, and one more person's there to serve, right? And then she took the order, and then again serving the coffee, right? And then there are 10 guys standing in the queue, right?
Yeah.
So how can you make it efficient?
I remember the example that I delivered in the Winnie, that lesson. Is it about Mr. M and Mr. S?
I don't know.
Okay, it was like that Mr. M, he was working, he was helping a lot of people, and like people calling him and we are getting help for him. Is it that one?
Yeah. You take the order from everybody, and then you start processing from the first order. When you finish the first order, you get to the
No,
second
this is
order.
not Mr. M.
It's not the way. So basically, how about the situation like one person start taking the order,
Yeah.
right? And then and take your name, right? Okay, you have ordered, and this is the Badr, right?
Yeah.
Not you didn't change your name to
No,
Badr
fine.
yet.
That's fine.
Okay, Badr, and then Omid, right? So then somebody's preparing. One person is preparing, and then when orders take they collected 10%, and then both are preparing. Let's say. So when something is ready, it's not that needed that first person come first, get served first. It's not like that. They will prepare the coffee is like easy. Like there's a two cafe latte is making easier, right? Instead of one cafe latte, one cappuccino, one cafe latte. So it doesn't make sense. They make it together, right? Prepare it, they put the name, and then give it to you. So that is called asynchronous. Means that nothing is blocking anyone.
Yeah.
Everybody is managed to put the order and then get the food or thing they want, but maybe time is different. But in the other situation, everybody is in the queue. Okay, the person took the order and then go to the kitchen and make it and then come back, serve me, and then the next person. See, always waiting. So synchronous process is like everything is in one by one. So if our browser has an engine or Node has a V8 engine, it has core. Do you know the core in the machines? You heard the name core? I have a dual core, triple
The
core.
processor.
Yes.
I know about it.
What does this mean?
CPU.
So core is the main engine, process one thing at a time. So if you have a dual core, mean two process engine, two brains working together, right? So like something like triple, 12, whatever you call it, right? The joint machines stuff. So if one machine, if you give two commands and one command somehow get something that is can process things and it taking longer time. So our browser has a different tab, let's say, right? Different tab. So in one, you are loading something, and then in another one, you want to listen YouTube video or something. So here is loading. The machine is start processing, then it's taking time. Then YouTube video will not be able to play because it's stuck.
Yeah.
Then in synchronous situation that you will not be listening the music at the moment because something is taking some time. So in asynchronous process, you can parallelly start working on it.
Do it in
in
background.
parallel mode. So Node is support this asynchronous process built in, meaning that you don't have to think about it. It's default. Okay, so nothing stop. So you will not experience that something is broken down all the thing. Okay, make sense?
Yeah.
Any more question? Okay. So now the fun part. I have talked a lot, man. Let's start to install NodeJS. Node. So first you need to go to your terminal, command prompt, whatever you call it. I don't know what you're using. So you type this one. Which node? Let me show you what I'm typing here. So I type which node. then it's giving me this result, right? This line. Can you see that from this, from there, or I should make it a bit bigger? Oh, really? Is getting bigger, or?
With 2 fingers you can.
It's a, you know.
We don't have it in.
Let me figure out. But I used to do that with the 2 finger, right?
Yeah, but it should be different for Windows.
Let me see. Why it's, see, it's something happening. Okay, it's going actually bigger. Okay. So basically, see here. So Unix command. I'm writing some Unix command, right? These are the command that call Unix because in the prerequisite you set a Unix command. So don't get confused with the Unix command. So you need to learn some, you know, some Unix command as well. So clear makes your screen clear, right? And you can see this the gradient thing, transparent thing is because of I have you know, did something. So if it's not your case, it's okay. We can also, you know, hijack some, you know, stuff. So if you write here which node, it's give you this line which npm. I will talk about npm later on, but just check if you have installed or not. So if these 2 lines giving you these 2 output, then it's fine. If it's saying unknown or something else, then it's not ready in your machine.
We don't have it on this command. We don't have it on.
No one has it?
In Windows, we don't have it on Windows, so we cannot check. It should be another
But we don't
prompt.
have it.
You run with the bash, git bash, it's fine.
You can check. So you first install and then go to choice.
NODEjs, okay, fine, yeah, you have it.
But I write it with I don't have it.
So, okay. Who does not have? We need to install now with the machine. You don't have, right? Okay.
You check it.
So if you don't have, the process is you go here and NODEjs.
.org, yes.
It comes, you know, the popular one. Yes, download thing.
You should download the current one or LTS.
LTS, you know what is LTS?
No.
This is the stable one, and this is the one that is a better version. So try to do the LTS one.
It's
Git bash. Do you have a git bash?
to make this.
It's easier you uninstall
Recommend one.
Node,
No.
but not
You should go with the LTS.
Yes. Said yes.
NPM and this one's good.
Yes.
Boom.
Okay. But now try
Yeah, so
You don't have to download it.
in the second experiment we will install npm.
Okay.
It's fine. Anyone has a Johanna? Okay, guys, if I pronounce your name wrong, please excuse me. Sometimes I am very It's downloading. Okay.
How to know if you have the type of JS you are downloading? Because I'm not doing
What's the question?
I guess.
You write node version, node dashboard.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, I think you need to go out of the REPL. It's now you already know. That's why it's not giving you this. It's fine. I will check it later.
Should I restart my laptop because I install it, but and I write the which node and still I don't have it.
Are you trying from git bash command prompt?
Yes.
Or? Yes. You did install?
Yes, I install.
Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Node.
NPM, I didn't check it. I thought because I remember.
Yeah, it's perfect. You also want to install? Or?
I'll try to
Yes. So what's
I installed it, but I
let's give it a try. I don't know. Maybe do it.
Which no.
It's only like some.
I got this one.
I didn't know.
Your environment has been set up for using NodeJS. I don't know. You have to read everything. That's fine. The version is important. There's something running on some. I don't know.
No.
Yes, we have something here. Sorry? No interior.
Get some more modules.
Only you Amit is.
Yes, you can start.
Maybe I can go to my.
Guys, this I mean, it smell like.
I'm sorry. Just me.
Okay. Is a prompt is a command prompt? Should be a command prompt.
Use the git bash. It's better. Git bash.
So we don't need the Node.js prompt.
If you have a Node.js prompt, then it's fine.
I download it.
Yeah, then open that one.
Okay, but either it should be a prompt. Yeah, it's a command prompt.
Yeah, command prompt. Look like command prompt. Yes.
It's like Python.
Yes. It's basically installation.
Hack on need computer. How to hack a need computer? Overflow stack. Tell me that. Oh my god.
Now it should work, yes?
Oh my god.
It's not loaded yet, maybe. What? Why is it coming logins?
No,
Maybe you already have a node terminal. Yeah, that's right. Use that one instead of git bash. Yeah. It's perfect. Yes.
it works?
Yeah, you need that one. Close that one.
Okay.
So we start when she comes. What is her name? I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
So okay, let's begin then. We all are here again. So I believe everyone has Node now, right? Yes. And it's okay that if you're using the Node dedicated terminal, that one you just see the Node.js on top, right? So Node v, this command gives me the version. Probably if you are already using Node.js command prompt, probably you will not be able to see it because it's already Node prompt and Node this keyword is not known there.
What is this version?
Okay.
But why it doesn't work for us?
that's I said, it will not work for you. Only this command, because node command is not known. It's already a node REPL. It's a node command prompt. Okay. Can anyone say it, because it's important? I also mentioned in the beginning, or maybe in the Git class. What is this one? This first keyword?
What? No, that slash v. It gives you the version of that application.
Okay. Yes.
That's what you was asking.
Okay, that's not important. So, but anyway, if you see some command is not clear to you, so ask me. I will try to explain, because you learn the Git, right? Git, add, commit, all these things. Every keyword has a meaning, and then how to use them is important. So if you learn from this perspective, you will not forget, and then it will be easier for you. So let's start.
What was the latest version for the node?
What is the latest version? For me, it's 6.14 here in my machine.
10.14.1.
Yeah, it is so fast that people are, contributing. They are always releasing every week, something like that, every day. Okay.
4.2.
You have 4.2. You did install a long time ago.
So can I uninstall it and do it?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Really?
You can do it later, but for our today's class, we don't need that advanced node process. So some of you already have this, all of them using the NODEjs prompt, maybe only except me, right? So in my case, if I want to go to your mode, so I need to write node and then hit enter, and then it's give me this. See this one, this what's it? This what do you call, bracket, arrow, whatever. Yeah, greater sign. So you can all see that, right?
Yeah.
Then it's perfect. So this is a place we can write some code. So as I told you, node is what is node? Node is a kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Where you can produce stuff. Sorry. And then there's two ways to execute code, right? JavaScript code. What is it?
Say it again.
Two ways to execute JavaScript code. Run in the browser and in the node, right? So basically, then try the first, famous one, console.log. Yeah, that's you read my mind. Hello world. Hit enter and see what happened.
Undefined.
How we can clean up this?
Control L. Learn that keyword.
It doesn't work in the terminal. I tried it. Good enough.
Only undefined, or you don't see the second line?
Hello world and undefined.
Hello world and undefined. Okay,
But
that's fine.
should I, because mine was at 11.
No, that's fine. You can see also undefined here. You don't see it?
I know, I mean my version in my computer was at 11.3, not the 14.
But that's okay. I'm saying that. Do you see these two line?
I can see.
One is hello world and it's undefined. If it's the same, then it's fine. That's perfect. Whatever its version is.
All the cars are the same, but some people
Sorry?
have Porsche, some people have.
Yeah? You're okay. It's good.
No, I
Can you check? It's fine. Okay. Everyone has it. Only Amira is different, or?
You can work with the node as well. But directly
Undefined. I think it's code execute and undefined.
What is undefined? That's the question.
You don't have to but you have no.
Let's experiment. Okay. So if you all see this one, yeah, I will come back to your question. So then let's try more experiment, right? So it's fun. I write something, something is coming out. I don't know what it is. What are the other thing we do in the basic JavaScript? We define some variable, right? And there are many ways, let, const, whatever you do, right? Let's try with something. So name equal what?
Butter.
Butter.
BADR.
BADR. Okay. So also undefined.
Yeah.
You are undefined.
I know.
But if you type name here,
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's coming. If I write console.log and then hello.
Class name.
Oh, sorry, space, right? So it's readable. Try that. Say hello to Badr, everybody. Okay, in code, in Node.
That's very different.
And also give him a space, otherwise it will look weird, right?
Hello, Badr.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Everybody? No issue? Okay.
And the problem is we have to memorize all of the code, because when you are writing the code here, if you just write C, this comes up.
Oh, he's mentioning that suggestion. So if you type in the editor, type something, it gives you a suggestion what to write, right? Console, and then C with C, a lot of other code completion, right? But it's like a editor specific, right? If you write in Atom, is your advanced. If you write in the Visual Studio Code, is different, and many other things.
Yeah.
We don't. It's not an editor.
Okay.
We're not talking about the editors here.
But if we write the wrong dictation here,
let's see here. If I miss the bracket, right? Mm-hmm. I hit enter. Okay. Let's say for instance let a. Okay, it's defining everything here. Let's
you can write the console look, but the dictation should be wrong. For example, console without E.
Okay.
Because the dictation, yes.
Okay.
Dot.
Let's say what is this?
If you write the wrong dictation, you will see this.
Reference error. Because you doubled the plus and you don't have to do that.
Something giving me alert. Yeah. It's not executing. So basically, as I mentioned, also Node is a great debugger as well. Yeah. If you write some code that is not executable, that has error, it throws an exception, meaning that it will not execute your code until you fix it. Mm-hmm. Like in JavaScript, running in browser, you also should see this in the console, right? Mm-hmm. With the error indication. So it's the same message actually, exactly the same one. Okay. And coming back to your this thing as well, it's not an editor, so we don't expect that a code completion would be that efficient for us. But so we have tried something, right? And then if I want to go on top, what should I do? Clean this thing?
Control L.
Control L, very good. So let's try more, right? And then yeah.
Is like in JavaScript, you can let go of the semicolon at the end?
No, it's optional.
It's optional still as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I was asking if you know it's also optional, or you must put a semicolon.
It's optional here as well. But you can put restriction. In this one, you can also configure a lot of things that you prefer, your preference.
Like
yeah.
the strict mode.
Yeah. So come back to your question, Yana. You said why it's undefined, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try something else. 3 or maybe 1.
Sorry,
yeah.
We can work this function with here also.
Sorry.
No, you can check function, different function here. No, but function.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But before you experiment this, I want to explain your question. So what is it I wrote here? Who can just it's a like a I comparing, right? Comparing.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Who said it's false?
I know that because you're not comparing the value. You're just comparing. You're not comparing the type. You're just comparing the value.
Exactly, you're right. You're not comparing. So we expect something true. And then you said before, if I was doing it hello world, it says Do you see the difference here? In first line, you don't see the undefined. In the second command, I wrote this one and it says undefined. Also, it's print that one. Right? So, what is the difference? Anyone?
Yeah, I don't understand the question.
In the first command, every line is a command, right? I
Yeah.
write some command, and then this command give me a true, and this command is give me the output. Yeah, console log what does what? It console output, right? But it's giving also undefined. Why is different than here?
Maybe because the hello world is not.
No. So basically, this place, this area, you see this with that one, right? It's accepting your command, and what it's trying to do? It's trying to evaluate this one, and then it's also printing, right? And then it's coming here again, coming here to, like I wrote this one and then come here to get more information, right?
Yeah.
So you can also see this pattern here. It's reading my command, and then it's showing printing, right? And then it's waiting for here. But here in this one thing is missing is called evaluate. So the process is this one. We call it REPL, REPL, REPL. So basically, REPL is a place. This node is giving you some environment where you can write JavaScript code and experiment it. So basically, this is not the place where you will be writing a JavaScript application. It's not. It's the place that you will debug your code, you will test your code, you will see that it's working. Something small you want to just check. Like, okay, I want to see if it's working. One plus one comparison 1 equal true, something like that. How do you validate this thing? How do you check it? You need to go to some JavaScript file, open in browser, all this kind of thing. You need to go a long process. This is a long process you can execute here, right? And then, as you also said, okay, can I write function? Yes, everything you can write here. All this JavaScript code you can write here. So this is a REPL. It's like every time you write some command, so it's read your command, it evaluate things, and then it's print its stuff, and then it's go back to the again reading mode. So now it is evaluating expression. So if it's evaluate, then it say okay, it's true, false, something is known to him. But if you evaluate this thing, it doesn't make any evaluation. It doesn't know. Like for instance, if I say let a equal 100, right? So sorry, because a already has declared. See the error. I already has defined a some time ago, right? That's why.
But you
That's the problem.
Sorry.
So you have every time you have to do A, do enter to see if it's assigned to a value or some, if it's free or something.
Ah, good thing. So if I say A is undefined.
So if you do like this, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But you deleted the last code.
Let's console it, see if it's coming.
Yeah.
It's undefined, but maybe A is have the value of undefined. Maybe undefined itself a value, right? Let's say this is the one that let B equal 1, right? And then if you type B is 1, like this. So how do you see A is exist type A or B? Then it can give you it is defined or not defined. But I will show another way. How can you see what is already defined or not defined? Right? It's coming in future. So basically here,
But my mind works
because you have defined A to 100.
Yeah.
But for my case, I said let A didn't assign. So I did this way. Let A and then hit enter. So I didn't assign anything. So it already assigned to undefined value.
Okay.
That's why. So I need to clear this one to make it working again.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically this line reads my things and execute it. So there's one statement and expression. Do you know this statement and expression? What is the difference between them?
Okay. So the expression is when you assign something to something, and that's it.
So,
like when you did before, let B equal 100 is a statement.
Yeah.
And this one is an expression.
Expression, yes. So it's evaluating expression and then it's found value. Then it's not undefined. It's a value. It's showing it. But if it's a statement, then it's undefined. That's why it's showing this difference. So why it's coming this undefined is because it can evaluate. If it's evaluate, there's nothing you're expecting to show, right? That's why. So if I go back to here, basically this is the one. REPL we call it, and then the read, evaluate, print loop. So it's read first, evaluate it, and then print it, and then again to the looping. So iterating process again. And sometimes we also call it the node shell. You can say node shell. So if I next time say okay, open your node shell, meaning that you go to console, try write node, or you use the node command prompt. So you are in the node shell. Okay. Remember that. Probably it's useful. We will be testing and trying over and over again. Okay. And we tried single line expression. So basically this one, right? Single line. And you also said, okay, if I write a function, right? So you can also do that, right? Function. What is it? Print name. Don't type anyone. So you can write this blah blah thing. All this. So it's not readable, right? You can also do. So it is possible. So let's say, okay, I can show you. Console.log. Okay, right? Does it make sense?
No. It's not executed.
It says.
No, you can put the parentheses in front of it and it will execute it.
It's not executed. You have to call the function.
So basically, it does the first thing, REPL, right? It is read, evaluate it, and there's nothing to show, and then now here. Now, if I want to see it, right? So print. So print name is coming, right?
No.
Okay. So you can write also function. But why I should write this if my function has a bit more lines, not one line, maybe 5 lines. How can I write this?
You can
multiple line.
Yeah, you can. I don't know. In JIT there is an option that you can create so snippet. You know that you can write the code.
Control linter, I think so.
I don't know.
Okay, so basically it is done automatic. So this REPL, this node REPL is smart enough to find it is a single line expression or multi-line expression. So for instance, let's say I said, okay, function, right? And then print, we can rename it. We can optimize everything. Yeah, we can optimize it. Fine, no problem. We can change it, right? So what I need here, this bracket. If I if I hit enter, so see here's t dot dot. So meaning that it's giving me more line execution. So I can say okay, let name equal. Maybe you can say display name to be different, have a different name. Okay, display name is what? What is the name? Johanna. Johanna. Okay, and then.
Also, you keep it doing it.
Oh, what about like return this one? So I can also not only console, right? Return statement, right? Display.
Display name plus hi.
No, just display name.
Right? And then I hit enter. And then if I close it, see, it's smart enough that it's coming undefined. So it was reading, and then it's evaluate, and then it's print, nothing to print, always undefined, and then coming to next one. So if I print this one,
it shouldn't give you undefined anymore because I have a return the function.
Sorry.
It shouldn't give you undefined anymore because this time the function has a return instead of a console log.
That's fine. It's nothing. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That's why here. So it's this time has a return. That's why it's not giving the undefined. Okay. So now let's do a small experiment. So I wrote a function here, right? And then what you need to do? So if I print name again, it's showing Iana. If I print name to what's the name? Car.
Jerry. Gerli.
Girly, right? Still showing yeah.
Yeah.
It's wrong, right?
We don't put any.
You have to put
The-
So
name.
you have to make a properties for the
Yeah.
function.
So let's write in a small experiment that if I say print name or maybe say write a function. Listen carefully. As I was say hello, it should be a function name. Okay. If I say hello to, let's say, anyone, right? I am giving an example again here, and then it should print. Oh, it's not exist because it should print. Hello, girly. How are you doing today? Okay, something like that. One line or multi-line, whatever you prefer. So write an program in this way. Is it clear or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's okay if it's showing undefined. It's okay. You can write however you. Only important thing is that we should say hello to the guy. 5 minutes, okay? So you guys are now experts, so it'll be easier for you.
Go for father. Here you go.
You did it?
Yeah.
Try around. Yeah, try it with different name.
Oh, okay.
Check your code is working or not.
Need. Nope. Yeah, it worked. Hello, Omid. Have an amazing day.
Oh, bracket you want, right? So that's what I'm saying. So maybe you should go to this Danish keyboard, maybe. Try it.
Is it right?
I don't know how. Can you try the other place how you can try?
Joanna. Hello, Joanna. So,
Oh no, space. How should I go back? How should I go back to the I don't have space.
Should I know how?
Where am I now? Last space.
Maybe.
Maybe this one.
no. No, you have to do it here. The space, you have to do it here.
It's keyboard issue, it's not a node issue.
It doesn't give you space.
Yes.
I tell you.
Let me try.
Maybe you can copy
Try.
it. Yes.
No.
It shows you. It says you have to do the
No,
price.
it's in the class.
No, it's not in the
That's
class.
inside of the parentheses.
Do like this.
Yes.
Yeah, parentheses inside here.
So it's something keyboard actually.
Okay.
I think there is a problem because I write this code and then I enter to come down to close the curly bracket. It goes like this. At first it works, but here.
But you said it says unexpected identifier. You need to see something is
You will
wrong.
have to make a bracket to
Oh, I should
enter.
have. I should have.
Look closely. I think it's an important learning for you.
Okay.
Find it. I already have seen that.
I should write that online. Hello, Bada. Hello, what's my hello?
If you do the arrow here,
I
if you
should
do the
go
arrow,
back to this
you
one.
don't need to.
Type again.
Now you
Type
need
again.
to.
How could I put it again here?
So just directly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to write in the hello name and plan. And hello and this one here.
You can do it here.
Here. See?
No, hold on, do it.
Oh,
Okay, leave it.
Oh, I'm not that bad now. Why I did?
You done?
Yeah.
You done? You want Johanna? And Diana? And Mona is doing. And what about you?
Moni is hacking password.
Patricia, you done?
Yeah.
I think you made some mistake. I will cover this with that. Did you experiment?
No, I couldn't understand what you
See the value return is wrong. You spell wrong.
Oh, yes, yes.
So it's
Yes, you are right. Sorry.
Ay, wala pa yung
is it okay?
I think you have to
Can I help you?
It's a string, so I have to
name.
Okay. Oh, you said print function, but you were calling display. So it's not defined. Oh, in the bracket. Print name bracket. No. It's fast. How do you call it? Yes. But if you want to say hello to me, how do you say it?
Yeah, say
Pass
something.
something in the page, right?
Just to just say something.
That will work. So you wrote Abed, right? It's like it's not a quotation, it's like a variable and it's not defined. So I said you should call the function name and pass function name only, not hello. So if you can yes,
exercise was to use function
bracket dot function expression of it. My name, yes. Yes, that close.
Okay, I want to try the
Parentheses, and then semicolon. But it's still showing you unary, right? How can you make it my name? When you change name to different thing, it should show different name. So you need to pass an argument, right? So what did you do?
It works.
It works?
Yeah.
So can you show him? You need to pass parameters. You done it?
Where are you now?
No, this is what we have.
Where is your function? But you know, this is the function and it has a parameter.
Now you need this, right?
Yes.
So put the parameters inside of the parameter, whatever you want. Yes, but whatever you write here, it will refer.
Okay, guys.
For example,
So I see you are very smart. All are very intelligent.
when I call and whatever
You did a good job. I have checked.
this goes inside of this parameter.
Okay, so let help me. Okay, I need to make it for myself. So what is the yeah? You tell me. What is the thing we are trying to solve now? We want to say hello to someone, right? So what should I write? Function say give a name. Good. What should I pass? Give me name.
other parameter.
Name. Curly bracket. Hit enter. Yes. RETUR. Yes.
Return.
Space.
Console.log.
Quote. Hello.
Space.
plus name.
That's it. Enough.
Plus,
Say enter.
how are you
That's
today?
Let's
enough.
okay.
I think if you
Enter.
write it in the console
Close
log,
bracket.
it's
It's
easier.
fine. It's
Okay.
That's it. Enter.
Yeah, so now send a banner.
see. I did something here. I
You don't
Tab.
need to
Hit
you
tab.
don't need to write say name equal to ladder. You just need to write say name parentheses whatever you want.
okay.
Okay.
So if I what should I say here? What's in, how to spell your name?
Monya. M-O-N-Y-A.
No more about that.
M-O.
N-Y-A.
Monia. It's saying Monia, right? Okay. Let's do the experiment again. I want to show you one thing. Some of you made the mistake here like that. You are trying, arrow thing. So you can see this code is showing you what you have wrote. So if I type this one here, what will happen? Function is a function, and then you probably maybe writing this as a return and then blah blah thing, and then not going out, right? How to exit from this place? How can I go back?
Make a
Dot,
parentheses, make a close parentheses and enter. You will close.
You do
Let's
that.
see if it helps.
No, close parentheses.
I did close it.
You have
No,
to
this is
close
curly
for every
bracket.
function that you
So
open.
oh man, that's too much.
Yeah, that's
So
too
how
much.
can I make it? simpler?
You do I think / like CD we used to do.
So you guys make a tattoo. It's a very important key. Control C. Okay. Control C. It gives back. It's a I mean cancel. So it's a very important key we use over and over. Okay. Yeah, and don't tell Iana this hack thing. Okay.
Oh my god. Well, if you do it
another problem,
Okay.
you know, when we do the Control L and it will delete all of the code, but it seems the other code is still there.
Yes.
Still
So Control L. See here. Look at here. Control L. It clears the screen.
Yes.
But you know what? Amit says for A equal 100 is working in his machine, right? If I say A, it's still undefined. Why is that? I was working for a long time.
Yeah.
So it didn't forget about A that we have declared.
Okay.
So how can we make him disappear? Yeah.
No, how we can delete all of the code and
Everything, right?
Yeah.
Like if I say the print, say hello. What is it? Say it's like a omit. It's saying, right? How can I remove them? So basically, again, one Control C. So you are executing from the node. What?
Okay.
Node REPL. So you are executing from node REPL, node shell. But if you're using the node prompt, you don't need to. You need to close it and open it again.
I did that twice and you go outside.
Yeah, outside. Now I'm back to this my node terminal. Okay. So to go to the node mode, REPL mode, what should I do? Write a node. That's it. It's going back to this one. Now if I type A, oh, it's not undefined. It's giving an error because it's not here. So to achieve it, like A equal 100, right? Last time we tried this one, and then A, no 100. It's working.
So Control C is definitely clean you everything like whatever variable you have declared before.
Control C is like a go back, cancel. You can say go back button. Control L is like in clearing and then give you a space. It's nothing removing from the memory. Just
What if you accidentally, like, not intentionally supposed to clear it and you clear the thing that you input?
yeah,
Is there
but
a chance that you can
yes, but do you need? Yeah, exactly, definitely. But as I mentioned, why we should use this one? Just to test and debug. It's not that you are doing a really programming, but some expert people. It's not like us. Somebody bit advanced. They also use this REPL for programming, and then like we have seen that this one. We wrote one line statement function multi-line, but it has one limitation, right? We cannot write two functions at a time or two expressions at a time and then evaluate later, right? Like writing he mentioned, okay, we need to write everything. Maybe how can I write multiple expression like then for instance a let a equal 1, right? Let a already defined, man. Let b equal 2, right? And then a equal b. How can I like execute everything at one go? Multiple line, right? So there's a way of doing it. Dot editor.
That's what I was saying about JitBash. The way when you look when you want to make different message and the commit, you use the I don't remember the code you get on this and you write the entire message, because when you do commit, you can write something, but if you want to do back go to the next paragraph, you cannot do it, so you have to open this editor.
Exactly. So there's a way, but I don't think we will be using professionally even for learning that much. But if you want to really experiment things, you can do it. So this is an editor, it's a plain, so you can write a multiple line of code. See, it's not giving stuff. So, and it said already, if you finish, hit caret D, right? I think I don't know.
D and enter.
Yeah, so Control D or maybe the Command D. You need to exit. It's a command Control D, because Control C is a cancel. Command D. So if you finish, so Control D, and definitely it's error, because the first line is something is cannot understand.
Okay. What is the opposite of Control C? When you do Control L. When you do the Control L, it will delete all of the codes. And what if you want to bring back the other code?
No, you cannot.
Just
But why you need it?
I did it because.
Why you need that? Because it's an experiment. It's a trying. Right?
Yes.
So what do you want to see here is you'll get some errors and output. Right? You'll not the real code you'll be writing in the file, not here.
Okay.
Always. But
don't push Control L.
Yes. And also there's some way you can write code here and then save in a file. I'm not going there because actually we don't use it that much. Okay. But I want to show you one more.
How we can save the code that we already wrote it?
Yeah, here is possible. You can save it. You can write and save it, save the code. But I'm not going there because it's not needed. Anyway, it's not efficient for us to write code and save it here. We will be always writing code in the JS file.
Okay.
So now let's write some JavaScript code. Okay, because this is, I mentioned, what is it? It's an experiment. We will be debugging and stuff. But what about the real stuff? The important thing. We need to write code in the JavaScript file, and then Node read it and execute it, right? So we try to experiment this thing. But before that, I need some code, right? So open a .js file in your directory, and what we should solve there? Any small program you can.
What?
We need to write a script for a JS file, right? So we can see something is happening.
We can execute a file from JavaScript homework or something?
I'm saying try to find a problem to solve it with the JavaScript. A small problem.
I didn't get the question.
We all
Like-
have problems.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't get
The
the
normal thing when you're doing nothing like the code, calculate something.
That's what the God I didn't get the question. Well, what will we need to do?
So okay, I can see the. Wait a moment. GitHub. Let's solve this small thing.
I mean, I understood before, and I told you take a homework from what we
Yeah.
have done before?
Yes.
Executed and you told me.
But I want to do the homework again also. Small task, not the entire thing. A small task. Let's find a small task that all can solve it.
In
Small.
JavaScript 1, the fourth exercise is the easiest one.
Small calculations, maybe.
JavaScript
Yeah, small
1,
calculations. Name it.
Multiplication.
week 1. Homework, the first one. Yeah.
No, we're gonna stay small, right?
Call stack and parameters.
I'm lost, man. I don't find a good homework.
You can make a timer in the node.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, exactly.
Conditions.
Advanced.
Maybe we could just create an object.
Hmm?
Maybe we can just create one object.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can just create one object in the editor.
Okay. So let's make it okay. So create an object of what of the name or
Yeah, an object of our details. That's depends on you. It could be your name, country.
We can create an object with some student name, last name, or where it's from, and then
Last name.
print the object when we add when we write the name, then print out the object. So we can create two students. When we write the name.
I don't know. It will be complex for you. If I say a date, you will be saying a day. Like if I say today is 1st of December, so you should say it's Saturday. 2nd of December is Sunday, right? It will be complex for you to find.
You can try it.
Okay.
So if you say a date, we have to
show the name.
Return that tomorrow will be.
No, just today's day. What is today day?
If
I say,
we have to active the date.
If I say 24 December, Christmas, what's the day? Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Difficult for you?
Yeah, I got you. So we have to call the method of get date.
Let's do this experiment, okay? So you write a script, small JavaScript file, where function whatever, you pass the function a date, you return day name, right? Understand?
Okay, I got you.
So I will say, okay, 01/12/2018, right? Something like that. Show day. Then I will pass maybe 18, and then what you should show this Saturday, right?
Okay, but when you do number,
I write this code, and it's counting up the second, for example. But when I console loop, you will see it. How can I make it?
You write this code?
Yes, it's count up.
Count up, yeah, yes.
And when I execute it, but I don't know, because if I wrote it in a Java file, I could see it on HTML and browser, but here I cannot see the result.
I didn't get it.
If I wrote this code.
Which code? Which one? Can you show me the code?
This code.
Only this function?
This
count
function.
up.
Yeah. If I would write it here in a Java file.
Can you write it here?
Yes. Why not?
Okay. How long it will take you to solve it? Before lunch break?
It's 5 minutes to lunch break.
Okay. Is it 5 minutes? In 5 minutes?
4 minutes, yeah.
Okay. So I stop the recording for now. We'll start again.